Wow, this weather out here. I'm in zone 8A, southeast North Carolina, and it is supposed to be 52 today, but of course it's sunny, so that makes it feel even warmer. So we are really getting the spring garden bug. We want to get out and start doing some gardening or preparing our beds and whatnot for our 2025 summer spring garden. And if you look, you will see that I do have some of my beds covered. So the reason why I cover my beds, first of all, I amend the soil. I do add some new compost. I put in some fertilizer. And then I also put rabbit manure in that bed. And one of the reasons, because I want the rabbit manure to break down, so for over the next few weeks it will stay covered like this. And thank you guys for joining my live. I appreciate it. It'll stay covered like this so that everything can break down and heat up. And then like a week before or a couple weeks before we start planting, I normally plant Good Friday or shortly thereafter, so probably, and that's April the 18th, so probably the last week in March I will uncover the beds and just let them air out and everything before I plant. So that bed is covered, and then I have two beds in here that are also covered. I haven't, the only thing that I still have out here at the moment, you will see, is a bunch of green onions. I did plant red onions and wild onion bulbs, so you will see them throughout the garden as well. Yeah, so we're just basically trying to get ready for the spring here. I do have a lot of seeds started in my greenhouse because I want to have good sized sprouts when I plant them. But right here is actually spinach, which we've been eating off of. I did do some succession planting. I did throw some more seeds in there, but we've been eating off of this spinach here for quite some time. So that's what we have there. We have some Russian kale here that we've been eating off of. You know, that's a cut and come again vegetable, just like the spinach. I do a lot of container planting as well. I had okra in these baskets here last year. I think I may do the same thing. I'm not sure yet, but I will dump and amend that soil. Those baskets, by the way, actually came from the Dollar Tree. They have landscape fabric in and then compost. So that's what you see there. We have grass I need to clean up. That's a bed that I have amended and where I threw down some carrot seeds. I'm going to try a round of carrots early. If not, I will just do my carrots in the spring. But that's what's over there. We have a tree collard here. More onions back there. We have some flowers in these plastic containers here. Some zinnias and snapdragons are growing in there. I'm trying to put more pollinators in the garden. This bed over here is ready to go, and here's another bed of onions. So they'll be ready, I'm assuming probably about April, the end of April, and then I will pull those to dry. It's a lot of garlic around here too. They're all dry, and then I will plant something else there. Blueberry bush, grapevine, that's a pink lemonade. This bed we still have beets and collards in here. You see the wine bottles, I turn them upside down whenever I want to like do a slow release fertilizer or something like that, and when it's real hot after I water the bed. So that's why you will see a lot of wine bottles. that I just repurposed, turn upside down to water the beds during the summer. These are my tree collards right here, that the squirrels actually are leaving these alone right now. But yeah, these are tree collards, and there are some more onions in here as well, and garlic. And if you don't know, I'm sure most of you guys probably know this already, but onions and garlic are pest deterrents for collards in the winter and in the spring, summer. I grow collards year round, and I don't have problems with the pests because I do a lot of companion planting. If you don't follow my channel, or if you do, you will notice, or if you go and look at other videos, you will see a lot of I do a lot of onions, I do a lot of garlic, and I do a lot of what you call the things, it's gonna come to me in a minute, but the little flowers. Oh my god, I'm having a thank you guys so much for joining us. It'll come to me in a minute, but I plant a lot of those around as well. They companion plant with everything in your garden, but they will also keep pests away. For some reason, they don't like the smell of that flower. There's more collards over here, and a cabbage, a collard, and 2 cabbages. I do have all of my fruit trees are actually in containers. This one is a peach tree. This is a Georgia peach. I did get peaches on this tree last year. I did not trim it down because I think it's at a good height, but I did get peaches on this tree last year. I actually purchased the tree at the end of the year before last. I write dates and stuff, so when did I get this tree? I can't see it. But this will be the second year that I've had this tree, and I did get peaches on it last year, so I'm sure I'll get peaches on it this year. This is a muscadine vine that I planted last year, and I planted this October of 2023, but it started in a container as well, and then I put it on this trellis here. So I definitely should get muscadines this year. I do keep it contained as well because muscadines, they can get invasive and they can take over if you don't contain it. So I definitely will get muscadines this year on that. This is a Honey Crisp apple tree. I do expect to see more flowers on that. I got that last year too. Let's see. This right here is my Methany plum. I did see a couple plums try to grow on it last year, but I picked them off because I knew that the Methany plum was definitely not ready. And then when I did prune it, because I want everything to be reachable, because you know, fruit trees, if you prune them, they will stay at a height where you can get to the fruit. So I pruned these, and then I took all the cuttings, and they're in the greenhouse actually rooting. So I will have more. Sorry about the airplane or the helicopter. I live near the military base, so sorry about that. And so I did that. This is the granny. I did the same thing with the granny because it was super high. I wanted it to be within arm's reach as well. And I kept all the prunings, and they're in the greenhouse as well. They actually have leaves growing on them, so I will probably share them with my garden friends or whatnot. But yeah, so those are the 2 trees. This is the raspberry bush. I cut this thing up because it was all over the place. Raspberry bushes literally are nothing but a weed. If you don't contain them, they will grow everywhere. So it's in a bush. I did get plenty. I've had this for 2 years. I've gotten plenty of raspberries off of it, and I cut it back every year. and it grows back, and you can't even see any of this wiring. So every year this thing come back. I've had it 2 years, and it was actually a clearance plant from Lowe's when I went to see my mom, and I bought it on clearance, stuck it in this pot, and it just gave it a little bit of fertilizer, and it definitely took off. So that's the raspberry bush. Over here is the blackberries, and you know blackberries grow on second year cane. So this has been pruned, and if you don't be careful with blackberries, you have to keep them off the ground, because things like this will touch the ground and it will root. So when I was pruning and cleaning up this area a few weeks ago, I did pull all those, put all those in pots as well. So we got extra blackberry bushes that I will gladly share. We share over here, but that's the blackberry bush. Got an abundance of blackberries. This little one right here was just a little root from this one, and that's how it is. So it's gonna be crazy. You definitely have to keep it trimmed back. But other than that, oh, let's go in the greenhouse and see what we got going on in there. Which, like I said, that's where I have most of my pineapples. And this is my greenhouse that the mister built for me. I did have a plastic one, but the limbs fell, the plastic dried out, so he just redid it for me. All of this stuff, if you see, is recycled windows on the side, and the windows were recycled, so they were free. All of the wood is recycled. The paneling on the greenhouse is from a pallet. And of course we had to buy the roof shingles and the little plastic panels, or actually the plastic roof panels that you see on the front. But as the Iron Man, you know, Tony built it with a bunch of scraps, literally. The solar light on the inside. But yeah, but let's go in here so we can see what's in here. It's filled to the rim right now. This is one of 2 lemon trees, and look at all the bulbs on it. The other one is in the house, and look at all these bulbs on this lemon tree. So this, and I actually rescued this lemon tree from an estate sale. They thought it was dead, and it was in a really nice flower pot, and so they were really trying to sell the flower pot, but I ended up getting the flower pot for like $2 and brought the lemon tree home, put it in a bigger pot, and it just grew. And so it's been in the greenhouse ever since it's gotten cold, and like I said, it is trying to produce lemons. Let's see, like there's one there, there's another one, but all of these flowers are gonna produce lemons. Back there you will see there's some pineapple plants that I've been growing from pineapple tops, and I think it's 4 in, it's more than 4 in here. 2, I think 3 got left outside. There's 2 right there as well. So I'm trying to grow some pineapple tops, but 2 I'm hoping to get a pineapple this year, but it's back there. As soon as it get warm in the sun, I think I'm gonna get a pineapple this year. Up there is where I've started some seeds that I will be up potting for the spring. Let's see, over there we have an artichoke that will get up potted soon. This is another lemon tree from seed right here. These right here, this one, this 5 right here, I don't know what type of citrus it is, because My husband picked a citrus from a citrus tree when he was out at work. It tastes like a grapefruit to me, even though it didn't look like a grapefruit. I saved the seeds, they germinated, and this is what we have. So we have 5. So it'll be a few years before we even see that. I have sweet potato sprouts right here that I need to root for next year from a sweet potato that I actually grew. All the little purple hearts I rooted from the front of my house, so that I'm going to be planting in the back. So that's why they're in here. Now, as far as these seeds, these are my cucumbers. As you see, that they now have a true leaf. So I will probably be up potting these today, the cucumbers. We have some tomatoes because I don't want to plant small ones. And I'm planting a lot of varieties. We got some eggplants in here, some black cherry tomatoes. We got all the bell peppers. This is a Cherokee, so I need to up pot that today. And I'll probably put those in the pot and shed. And then, of course, all of the bell peppers. So, and then I have some, that's another artichoke. And then I have where I'm trying to overwinter some bell peppers that I grew last year for the first time. And it's actually, looks like it's going to work. And here's where I was telling you guys that I trimmed the granny apple. And here are the pruning pieces. I can put some root hormone on them, and they're actually sprouting. See, there's a leaf, and this one right here is the plum tree. It doesn't have any leaves on it yet, but they're also not dead either. That's a piece of the blackberry that I was telling you about. That's from the root. And then that's another one over there. So that's pretty much what's going on in the greenhouse. And that's it. So I definitely have spring garden fever. The weather is not making it any better. I think it's supposed to get to 70 tomorrow. So that's just going to make it even worse. But we will get some things done. Oh, out here as far as cleaning up and amendments and things like that. Oh, I forgot to show you guys. Hold on. Here is my Concord grapevine. So this will be the 3rd year that I've had this thing. If I don't get grapes this year, I don't know if I'm going to keep this here or if I'm just going to make another bed. I don't like wasting space. It got really big, full of greenage, but no flowers, no fruit. So this will be the 3rd year. If I don't get grapes on this, it's either going to become a garden bed or a sitting area. But that is the Concord grapevine. It's 2 in there. I know one is red grapes and one is green grapes. And then this over here is a hardy kiwi vine. It's the little grape size kiwis that's indigenous to this area and will grow. I know that does take a few years. It's supposed to be self-pollinating, so we will see. We'll give it a few years as well, and then we will basically go from there. We got one Chinese cabbage left over there, and we got a small strawberry bed here. Now I do plan to have a bigger strawberry bed. I'm just waiting on the mister to build me a garden box, and then we're gonna put a chicken wire cover over top to keep the squirrels out. But yeah, so we're gonna have that. So I do have hens as well. I have 8 hens. And so this afternoon I will be getting here. As you see, I do give them a lot of kitchen scraps. I'm not kitchen scrap, garden scraps. Like when I pull things, I pulled Brussels sprouts the other day because I'm never growing Brussels sprouts again. So I pulled Brussels sprouts today. They have some pak choi in here. They have some Russian kale. I did let them out earlier. And so they free range and dig for bugs and eat grass and stuff as well. I've had hens now for, this will be my 3rd year. I did not start with chicks. I started with adult laying hens. I have 3 golden comets. I have 2 Americanas. Golden comets lay brown eggs. Then I have 2 Americanas. They're olive eggers. They lay like a green egg. I have and then I got 3 from someone else, and I think one is a Rhode Island red. That one lays a brown egg. I don't know what this black one is here, what breed that is, but she lays a brown egg as well. So I get green and brown eggs so far. He told me that one of the ones he gave me is actually inside, laid a white egg. I haven't seen a white egg. I do have a lavender Orpington. That's the big gray one down there. That's a lavender Orpington. She lays a pink egg. She's in hibernation. She hasn't laid since it's been cold, but she has laid all last summer. She gives me an egg every day, but her eggs are pink. They're like a pinkish color. So I get brown, green, and pink eggs. I used to get a white egg. I did have a white layer, but it died or passed away or whatever I'm allowed to say on here. So I no longer have that one. So I just get brown, green, and then the pink egg is what I get. This coop as well was built by the mister. We got to do some repairs to the top up there. And let's see. Oh, and then the rabbit. We had to cover over it for those freezing nights when it was down in the teens, but this is the rabbit. I have the rabbit solely for the manure. I put it in the garden. I grind it up. I have a blender specifically for that, or I will put it in water, let it sit a few days, and use it. This is a very good, natural, organic fertilizer. You can use it straight from the pen. And see, I have a little thing, and rabbits will use the bathroom in the same place. And as you see right there. So, unlike the chicken manure, it's hot and it will burn all your plants. So, you have to kind of let that sit for a few weeks before you use it. And so, when I rake it out, I either throw it in the back. So, like I said, they've been eating all the garden. So back there in the back is where I put it. And so I will be raking that out, putting it in a bucket and saving. And then I may use it. So yeah, so that's my little tour of my little homestead. This is my side. This is my little potting shed. This is just where I keep like all my feed. A few bags of dirt, my baskets. The mister built this for me as well. It's where I keep like my pots. That's just some all-purpose cleaner that I made from the pine needles from the tree. This is where I kind of do all my little, what I got going on, my seeds, and where I saved my seeds and things like that from last year. But this is where I take my notes. And so this is my little potting shed. I'm out here a lot. But yeah, so definitely trying to get ready for the spring. Good Friday will be here in no time. So if you're not following, I'm going to try to go live more this year as I do things, as I plant things. Talk about my fertilizing schedule, because I fertilize once a month. Unless we're going to get some heavy rain, then I will, it just depends on what my garden tells me that it needs at a specific time. But we're going to be doing the garden schedule, like the watering schedule, what I'm planting when. So I am going to try to go live more this year. So hopefully you guys will get the notifications and come along with me. I did grow loofahs last year, and I don't know if you guys can see. I'm probably gonna have to turn the camera around again. I grew loofahs last year, and then we got a bunch of rain, and I had a different trellis right here. Well, the loofahs got heavy, the trellis fell over. There is a video about that. And then the mister just recently built me a pergola for loofahs. I don't know if I'm going to do loofahs again because I have so many left over from last year, or if I'm going to do climbing roses, because I know once I do climbing roses, I'm stuck with them. And I do like to grow loofahs because I use them in my soaps and stuff. So yeah, so he definitely built that for me. So we're always out here doing something and changing things. So hopefully I will see you guys, like I said, throughout the year, throughout the garden season. Hopefully I will see you guys throughout the garden season. And I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by the live and checking it out. I appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day.